10 times Meghan Markle broke royal protocols. Sitting etiquette. During Meghan's start as the Duchess of Sussex, she was put under immense pressure and scrutiny by the British media and by the countless rules members of the royal family have to follow, including how one sits. For royal women, whenever they are sitting, especially when in the Queen's presence, they have to sit with their legs and knees together while having their ankles crossed. Well, Meghan had to correct herself after crossing her legs at a royal family function, despite it being far more comfortable.
Coined by Beaumont etiquette and named for the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, her go-to sitting position involves keeping her knees and ankles tightly together and slanting her legs to the side. It keeps her posture modest and makes her legs appear longer. The late Princess Diana was known to sit the same way. The sitting etiquette may not seem like a big deal, but when you pair it with the insane rule that royal women have to keep their chin up at all times, things get more complex. Wearing a luxurious dress that touches the ground while you're going down the stairs? Not their problem. Royal women have to keep their chin straight at all times, ideally clasping their hands in front of them, unless there's a railing, which they can briefly rest their hand on.
Designer. When the Duke and Duchess of Sussex welcomed their first child together, baby Archie, fans across the world could not wait for their baby boy's christening. Much like every other christening to take place in the past, royal members are always expected to wear and represent British designers. During the ceremony for Kate Middleton's children, the star opted for Stella McCartney. Well, Meghan decided to go the French route and wear Christian Dior. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Meghan explained this choice with the following. The brand is also focused on sustainability, sharing on their website that more than ever before, we want to invest in the circular economy. We are optimistically committed to a model that helps protect the environment and future generations alike. I believe these are the best ways to keep moving forward to enable children to have carefree fun in the natural surroundings we must protect. Liberty, quality, durability. Markle's style relies on tried and tested combinations that never let her down, and go to labels that major in modern power dressing, such as Carolina Herrera, Oscar de la Renta, Stella McCartney, and Victoria Beckham. I can't knock Meg for wanting to wear whatever she wants, but when so many Brits are on her list of designers, it seems like an intentional move to defy the crown.
Royals only. Back in 2018, Meghan Markle joined Harry at the esteemed Commonwealth Youth Forum, which is an event usually reserved for royal family members only. Considering Markle was still engaged to Harry at the time, her attendance was not expected. However, she set aside the rule and attended just the same. This led the public to assume that Harry had requested her presence, which he most certainly had to run by the Queen herself.
The forum calls on the 1.2 billion young people within the Commonwealth, who form 60% of the population, to take increased responsibility and ownership of building the Commonwealth they want to see in the future. The 3-day program will bring together 350 youth leaders from across the Commonwealth to create the Commonwealth Youth Forum Youth Declaration and Action Plan, a blueprint that will guide the work of the Commonwealth Youth Council and the 12 Commonwealth Youth Networks over the next 2 years. These recommendations then are presented to heads of government and stakeholders. Markle became the first fiancé to attend Christmas Day celebrations. Harry even pointed out how happy he was she was there. I'm also incredibly grateful that the woman I'm about to marry, Meghan, will be joining me in this work, of which she too is hugely excited to take part in. I mean, all the power to them.
Contour. When you become a member of the royal family, it is expected of you to always present yourself in a way that the head of state sees fit. It seems as if Queen Elizabeth II prefers the ladies of the royal family to wear very minimal makeup, all while following very strict fashion rules. When it comes to Meghan's makeup, the star prefers to accentuate her stunning features, and rightfully so. However, the contour and bronzer is definitely a no-no in the Queen's eyes. Oh well.
Bright lip colors are frowned upon by the royal protocol. The Queen commissioned a unique shade to match her coronation robes in 1952. It is also unlikely that you'll ever find a member of the royal family pulling out a pressed powder for a touch-up in the back seat. While royals must appear put together in public at all times, quick touch-ups are out of the question.
Insta. When Meghan and Harry officially tied the knot in May 2018, the world immediately began to wonder when the duo would welcome their first child together. Well, when it came time for the big announcement, the two went ahead and revealed the news on Instagram. Traditionally, announcements are shared on a ceremonial easel placed outside of Buckingham Palace, says Cosmopolitan. However, the couple opted for their own method, considering it is, their baby after all.
According to sources, Lily was born on Friday, June 4 at 11:40 a.m. in the trusted care of the doctors and staff at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. The new arrival weighed in at 7 pounds 11 ounces and that both mother and child are healthy and well and settling in at home. Lily is named after her great-grandma, Her Majesty the Queen, whose family nickname is Lilibet. Her middle name, Diana, was chosen to honor her beloved late grandmother, the Princess of Wales. This was the official announcement for their second child. So they got a bit more professional, but who cares? It's not the media's baby, it's theirs. This isn't the first time that the media was used to announce the birth of a royal baby, before Buckingham Palace was able to make its official statement. Prince Harry was also born in a hospital, his older brother Prince William being the first royal born in a hospital. But news of his birth was instead spread by a television crewman who announced, "It's a boy," to a crowd waiting outside. The delivery was later confirmed by an official proclamation that was placed outside of Buckingham Palace.
Closed her own door. While royals are allowed to do normal, everyday things, they aren't expected to when they are making official appearances. That was the case for Meghan Markle when she made her first public appearance as the Duchess of Sussex and closed her own door. Gasp. This is a seemingly normal task. However, for Meghan, this was a noteworthy moment as it goes against the very rule that you are a member of the royal family or a dignitary. You have a member of staff to open and close a car door for you. As for Meghan, she doesn't seem to mind in the slightest. It is just a door, right?
It turns out that royals are not encouraged to shut their car doors, not because of etiquette, but because of a potential safety threat. The family travels in style, and that includes vehicles with self-locking doors when they're out on official duties. Meaning, when the door shuts, the locks lock too.
Autographs. While some, if not most, of the rules that the royal family has to follow seem unimportant to the everyday person, it appears to mean a great deal to the monarchy. This is the case when it comes to signing one's name for the public, or as we call it, autographs. Considering Meghan is a Hollywood figure in addition to being a member of the royal family, it is safe to say she's signed quite a lot of autographs in her day. However, those became long gone the moment she turned into a duchess. But that still didn't stop her from signing an autograph during her visit to Wales. Royals are not permitted to sign their names by any means, as their handwriting can become available to the public and be used for nefarious purposes, which can be quite a concern.
Autographed photos of Meghan can sell for upwards of $1,000, so we can't blame the people waiting with their Sharpies ready for her. In the history of the royals, there was only one other exception when it came to royal autographs. In 2010, Prince Charles gave his signature to victims of a flood in Cornwall. Why, you may ask? To lift their spirits? We have no idea what the signature of a prince would do to benefit someone if their house floated away.
Vanity Fair. Meghan Markle spoke exclusively with Vanity Fair during her time dating Prince Harry. While this technically did occur before their engagement, therefore any true royal affiliation, Meghan spoke about Harry to the media, which is not something any member of the royal family does before they are engaged or married. Markle told the publication that "We are two people who are really happy and in love." Although it's all positive, it was still frowned upon at the time.
Here's the thing with royal media. It's all twisted and words are placed into an outline to create a story, so what Meghan found out fast is there is a specific way of going about public statements that the royals have been trained on since birth. Therefore, it is bold for her to go astray and make statements without the royal PR team backing her.
Marriage. Prior to her marriage to Harry, Meghan Markle was previously married to Trevor Engelson between 2011 and 2013, making her a divorcee. Oh, the scandal! Well, despite being divorced being quite a common thing in the real world, it is a major faux pas when it comes to the crown. There had been a rule set for ages that a royal could not marry someone who had previously been married and divorced. However, that finally came to a much-needed end when Prince Charles Charles married for a second time to Camilla, who had been previously married. Well, when it was time for Harry and Meghan's nuptials, there was still some, well, a lot of chatter regarding her former marriage, which obviously did not sit well with both the public and the royal family.
Marrying a divorced person was taboo among the British monarchy for hundreds of years. By signing off on the match, Queen Elizabeth, who must be consulted before people within the line of succession marry, reinforced the family's recent stance about face-on divorce. But why was it such a divisive issue in the past? Historically, the Church of England's position was that divorce was okay, but remarriage was not, says Ariane Shernock, an associate professor of history at Boston University, whose research focuses on gender and the British monarchy. Ironically, the roots of the position and the Church of England itself lie in the inability of Henry VIII to annul his marriage with the blessing of the Catholic Church. In the 1530s, Henry decided he wanted an annulment after Catherine of Aragon failed to give birth to a male heir. When the Pope repeatedly refused to grant his request, Henry first limited the Church's influence in England, then formally severed ties to Catholicism in 1534.
Hollywood. If there's one thing that the Queen wasn't a fan of, or so reports claim, it's the fact that Meghan reigns from Hollywood. The very notion that Meghan was a famous actress on a show such as Suits is not something the royal family is screaming from the rooftops. While her role as Rachel Zane on the hit show became a fan favorite role, being a famous actress is certainly unprecedented in the royal family, which was considered to be a rule breaker, says Cosmopolitan.
While many of Meghan Markle's Hollywood credits started as blink and you'll miss it roles, the Duchess successfully transitioned from a Deal or No Deal briefcase model and non-speaking cameos to leads in 2 Hallmark Channel movies. Markle, who was born in California in 1981, was influenced by her father, who worked as a lighting director in TV. The royal may have presumed the spotlight life would bring drama, and I guess they were wrong. It's ironic that the royals dislike Meghan for hailing from Hollywood, but turn a blind eye to films or shows about their lives, like The Crown. The Queen's daughter even admitted in the 2020 documentary, And the Princess Royal at 70, that she found season 1 episodes quite interesting. Hypocritical if you ask me.
10 times Meghan Markle broke royal protocols.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and tune in next time when I don't do this accent.
Message? Yeah, from Michelle.